On this Halloween edition of Sci-Fi Entertainment, Fearmeister John Carpenter has a new Halloween treat, chock full of blood-curdling tricks.
She's thirsty. Think she smells your blood, Padre?
We'll share some spirited tales from Hollywood's haunted past. Plus, commentator Amanda Finch on the return of witches to TV and films, meeting the creature from the Sci-Fi Channel's program department, and November's scary new movies.
This is the Sci-Fi Channel's weekly entertainment magazine with Deep Space Nine's Chase Masterson.
Since this is the Halloween weekend, our show is full of things scary and creepy. And what better way to start than with John Carpenter's Vampires? This bloody new film stars James Woods as a vampire slayer. And he's one guy no self-respecting vampire will want to meet up with.
All right, we think we got a nest inside this place. Figure on at least 6 goons, maybe more. And chances are we'll find a master in here somewhere.
In this age of political correctness, John Carpenter's Vampires is sure to stir up some controversy. The film is filled with graphic violence, an abundance of blood, and some unsettling images. And what is an Oscar-nominated actor like James Woods doing in a picture like this?
Having a ball. I'm making a lot of money, you know what I mean? But I really wanted to do it for the fun of it. I'm not interested in safe movies, you know, I never have been. I mean, I've always wanted to be on the cutting edge. And a lot of times when people get successful in their careers, they want to start protecting, you know, their lead, so to speak. It's like, well, I don't know if I should do that. It might hurt my career, and oh, screw it.
Recent horror films have shied away from putting shocking scenes on screen. Instead, they've relied on the audience's imagination to create the terror. Vampires, though, takes a different approach, revealing virtually everything on screen. Most of these scenes can't be shown on television, and the film's cast warns moviegoers to be prepared when they see it in theaters.
In seeing the final cut of it, I think it's you know, very graphic. There's no question. And it was much more so in the first director's cut, to the point where there was speculation about an X rating for the film due to violence, which is, you know, pretty rare.
You have to have a sense of humor with this film. I think you go in, it's very dark, extremely violent, but it's a John Carpenter movie. What do you expect? You know, and he's true to his genre, and I think that's why he's lasted so long.
Director John Carpenter has made many horror films over the course of his career, and his most famous film, Halloween, shows little blood on screen. So why the change in style for vampires?
A movie like Halloween has an inherent quality to it that's scary. It's just terrifying. You got an empty street and somebody out with a giant knife, a psychopath. That whole thing is a lot about silence. Vampires, you got Buffy on your TV set. There's nothing particularly scary about it. It's a generic character. Bela Lugosi is a beloved, you know, kind of icon. So to make a vampire movie disturb you or make you jump or do anything, react, my feeling was, why not pull some strings and let's go?
You hate me so, don't you? But you made me, Crusader. You hate what you've made. You fear it.
Based on a book of the same name, the outlandish tone of the vampire's story intensified during the course of shooting the film.
There was an indication of it in the script, but I think all of us contributed to its incorrectness politically. Jimmy Wood said to me, look, let's go out there. Come on, man. When we're going to do a vampire movie, let's don't be safe. Let's just kick some butt here.
What we should do is when you step in the door, let Jeff Amata play the vampire that comes at you. Go ahead and go through that little bit.
Right.
So that Jeff can come and they can react to it.
Right, that's the thing.
Okay?
When we did the film, you know, all of the wisecracking stuff that I say that is not politically correct, I did, and I never thought John would use it. I didn't think I'd have the to use it, but he did, thank God. You got to say some of those things, and you just hope that people have a sense of humor, you know.
Moviegoers that like their vampire movies with bite to them will no doubt love sinking their teeth into John Carpenter's newest film, Vampires. All the haunting in Hollywood does not take place on the movie screen. The town is full of legends about spirits of deceased entertainers and celebrities that seem to hang around some of the most famous locations.
Much of Hollywood's social history, unfortunately, has to do with great tragedies, tragic deaths, untimely deaths, unsolved murders, and there were always ghost stories attached to those kinds of stories.
Writer Laurie Jacobson began investigating tales of spirited showbiz spirits after spotting one behind the stage of the famed Chinese theater on Hollywood Boulevard.
I found out it's a ghost named Fritz. Fritz, a former employee, an unhappy person, killed himself in the theater, haunts it to this day. 3 years later, I found out that Fritz hung himself behind the movie screen.
Since Hollywood is Celebrity Central, Jacobson's book, Hollywood Haunted, focuses on the hangouts of exalted apparitions.
I think one of the earliest celebrities who is still seen to this day, his ghost is racing around Universal Studios, Lon Chaney Sr. He was the king of the silent screen horror films, and they built a special soundstage for the production of just one of his films, Phantom of the Opera. And to this day, people walk into that soundstage, stage 28. They don't know the history of the stage. Many are too young to know who Lon Chaney was. Yet they come out of there and say, hey, I just saw a guy in a cape running along the catwalks of the stage 28. Who was that? It was Lon.
Jacobson believes ghosts get a bad rap as mean, evil troublemakers whose mission is to haunt those of us who still have a pulse.
Spirits take on the characteristics that they had in life. After all, they were only human. If they were mean, nasty people, the spirit is going to be a mean, nasty spirit. If they were kind, loving people, the spirit will be a gentle spirit.
And, given Hollywood's reputation as a land of loose morals, Jacobson says there are some kinky spirits roaming around as well.
Ozzie Nelson, Mr. America, right? He still haunts the soundstage where he shot The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, and he haunts his home where he and Harriet lived for more than 25 years, where they raised the boys, David and Ricky. And besides the usual ghostly goings-on there, the ladies who have lived in this house and have quickly moved out have been awakened in the middle of the night by unseen hands pulling back their covers and someone nuzzling at their necks. And let me just say that Ozzie has fast hands, okay?
On Hollywood Boulevard, about half a mile west of Vine, stands the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. Marilyn Monroe loved to stay here, and apparently she still likes to check in. She often stayed in this suite, where she had a full-length antique mirror installed. After her death, they put the mirror in storage. Then, about 10 years ago, they brought it back out.
A lady employee is polishing the mirror, and she sees a blonde woman over her shoulder in the mirror. She thinks someone's come up behind her. She turns around, but there's no one there. Yet when she turns back to the mirror, the image is still there. And she looked real closely at it, and it was Marilyn Monroe. Not seeing the lady, Marilyn looking into the mirror, primping her hair, fixing her makeup.
In another part of the hotel, you can find the room where Montgomery Clift stayed when he was shooting From Here to Eternity. Now it seems his ghost is spending an eternity in this room.
His spirit is not very happy, loves to aggravate the people staying in this room. He constantly takes the phone off the hook, which makes the switchboard ring downstairs, and security has to come up and hang it up. And there's no one staying in the room. The security will open the door and the heat will be on full blast. The windows will be open. Little jokes, pranks. The radio comes on in the middle of the night.
Looks like some Hollywood legends relished fame so much, they've returned for an eternal encore. Halloween chills have just begun. Coming up, Amanda Finch investigates the return of witches to TV and film, and the latest sci-fi news. This weekend, log on to the Dominion for the 3rd annual online science fiction convention, Sci-Fi.con 3.0. The internet's biggest sci-fi event features over 60 booths with cutting-edge art, mind-blowing fiction, and info on your favorite shows and celebrities. The world of science fiction is grabbing headlines every day. From close encounters with celebrities to technological breakthroughs, here are some of the stories creating a stir. Halloween has become one of the most profitable holidays in the U.S., second only to Christmas. And high-end scare fests have become the rage nationwide. Universal Studios' Halloween Horror Nights is in its second year in Hollywood and its 8th year in Florida. This year, the Orlando park is currently frightening attendees for a record-breaking 18 nights, while on the West Coast, Universal Hollywood is luring revelers with an attraction designed by Hellraiser creator Clive Barker. Other haunted houses known for their extravagant presentations include Spooky World near Boston and Industrial Nightmare in Louisville, Kentucky. Paramount Pictures hopes to enlist 1 million Star Trek fans with home computers to help analyze radio telescope readings. This 2-year search for extraterrestrial intelligence, co-sponsored by SETI and the Planetary Society, will analyze data from a 300-meter telescope in Puerto Rico. Wannabe participants can sign up at any of these websites. Paramount is promoting the project in conjunction with their new film, Star Trek Insurrection, which opens in December. For more sci-fi news updates, check out the online Sci-Fi Wire at www.sci-fi.com. Our commentator, Amanda Finch, has noticed the start of a bewitching trend on TV and in the movies lately. Now, you say sorcery is on the rise, Amanda?
Scare you? Back in the days of The Wizard of Oz or the grim fairy tales, any witch worth her brew had to have a scary laugh to make the cut with the local coven. Then there was the broom, the pointy black hat, the pasty green pallor to the skin, and the creepy sidekick cat. Thanks to Neve Campbell, though, a little black lipstick and a sexy pout will do just fine. But witches were hip long before the craft. Samantha Stevens, the hocus-pocus happy housewife of Bewitched fame, is credited with being the first small-screen sex symbol. Not only could she cure the common cold with a wiggle of her little nose, but she could whip up a darn fine souffle without any magic at all. Today's witches don't cook bat wings or souffles. They're sexy, misunderstood outcasts. They go to high school in the case of the popular Sabrina and the Craft Gals. They battle evil and fight for closet space on Charmed. And then there's practical magic.
You should come around here on Halloween. You'd really see something then.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we all jump off the roof and fly.
Come on. Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman need to stir-fry Eye of Newt to catch a guy? I don't think so.
Hang on to your husbands, girls.
At least the modern witch has ditched the broom. Can you imagine a more ridiculous, uncomfortable, sexist way to get around town? What do they do once they land? Hitch it to a post? The ugly old crones of childhood fairy tales are a thing of the past. Becoming a witch today has also somehow become synonymous with getting a makeover. Look at what happened to the witches of Eastwick. Mousy, nerdy, and alone, they each sleep with the devil, and suddenly they can fly, they get a perm, and they have a whole lot of cute outfits. Now that's what I call practical magic. This whole witch mania is nothing new, though. It can be traced right back to Salem. Teenage girls needing some attention. As teenagers, we all feel alienated, and it's easy to fantasize about having special powers and being unique. Well, how about aiming a little higher than Spawn of Hell? Wear black lipstick if you must, but just be aware that when Revlon starts manufacturing several different shades, you're no longer exactly cutting edge. And for God's sake, get out of the house and get some sun. I hear the belly button bearing genie look is going to be big next season. I'm Amanda Finch, and that's just my opinion.
Thanks, Amanda. Our favorite sci-fi commentator will rejoin us later in the show, so don't go away. A preview of 2 creepy new November films, and television's first interview with the creature from the Sci-Fi Channel program department. That's next. What do Brad Pitt and Jennifer Love Hewitt have in common? Each stars in a new fear-filled film hitting theaters next month. Here's a preview of what November will bring.
There is no man with a hook.
There
last year's teen horror hit, I Know What You Did Last Summer, here comes the sequel, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Once again, Jennifer Love Hewitt returns as the lead character Julie, with Freddie Prinze Jr. playing her boyfriend. As you might expect, the couple is having emotional problems after last summer's murders of their friends. So Julie's college roommate, played by teen star Brandy, invites her and two guys on a trip to the Bahamas. As you might guess, things don't go as planned.
If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Don't know the lyrics, hold on.
He did something to the screen. I said, what are you talking about?
Julie believes the hook-wielding fisherman she supposedly killed in the last movie is still stalking her.
It's happening again.
What?
Her new friends and her shrink think she's losing her mind. But people do begin to die right and left.
We're all gonna die! He's gonna kill us one by one!
Like the original, expect plenty of thrills, chills, and cleavage. But Kevin Williamson, who wrote the first film and both Scream movies, is not involved in this picture. So it remains to be seen if I Still Know What You Did can match the success of the original.
If you want me bad, come and get me! I'm right here!
Another dark November release, Meet Joe Black, presents a lighter look at death.
Does your friend have a name?
I'm sorry, this is Joe
Incidentally, Joe what?
Black.
Have we met?
He's from out of town.
Inspired by the 1934 classic Death Takes a Holiday, Meet Joe Black is a romantic comedy starring Brad Pitt as none other than the Grim Reaper.
Your dad?
Yes.
You're not dead. He's just a kid in a suit.
When death comes for a wealthy businessman, played by Anthony Hopkins, Pitt decides instead to hang out and enjoy the good life.
What is that?
Peanut butter, sir.
I thoroughly enjoy this peanut butter.
Meet Joe Black is similar to other fish-out-of-water fantasies like Heaven Can Wait and Being There. In this film, the utterly innocent Death quickly wins over the businessman's rich and powerful friends. He also falls in love with Anthony Hopkins' daughter, a beautiful young doctor played by Claire Forlani. But of course, she has no idea who she's falling in love with.
The time has come to tell you who I am.
Joe, I'm afraid.
Meet Joe Black and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, both open nationwide on November 13th. You may have heard of the legendary creature from the programming department. That's the alias used by a mysterious employee of the Sci-Fi Channel who writes a monthly column for the channel's Dominion website. Although he threatened to annihilate us if we revealed his true identity, the man behind the monster did agree to let us interview him. Deep inside Sci-Fi Channel headquarters, we came upon his inner sanctum. There, in the shadows, we found the mild-mannered office worker who leads a double life.
During the day, I am a member of the programming department. I have numerous duties, numerous responsibilities. But then, by night, I undertake this bizarre metamorphosis, and I turn into the creature.
His web column alerts fans to movies and TV episodes on the channel which are overlooked gems, and his chat sessions answer viewer questions.
Fans are very concerned about what we're acquiring, what movies and series we're going to acquire, what we're currently showing. They make recommendations, they make suggestions, scheduling ideas, they make requests, things that they would like to see.
His office is a shrine to sci-fi, fantasy, and horror. His passion for the genres qualified him to take on the daunting responsibilities of the creature.
I have what my wife will call a selective memory. I have the ability to remember who directed what movie, what year, who did the effects, and who was dating the other person at the time. But don't ask me to do something important like mow the lawn or wash the car.
Though he refused to let us see where he lives, the creature revealed he's a family man with 2 daughters.
They're only 2 and 3, my girls. But they've already been to a number of conventions. I believe in the Addams Family rearing of children, you know, with Thing in the Box and the 2-headed moose on the wall and all of that.
Before breaking off the interview, the mystery man let us in on why he assumes an alter ego.
One of my favorite films is Phantom of the Opera, and I just love the fact that he hid in the shadows. So why not create a character that lurks in the swamps of New Jersey off exit 18E of the New Jersey Turnpike. It's just more fun.
Amanda, as our seer of all things sci-fi on the horizon, what are you most looking forward to? Now that Fantasy Island has already premiered, of course.
Well, I think like everyone else, I'm waiting on pins and needles for the season premiere of The X-Files. And on the movie front, can't wait to see Star Wars The Phantom Menace.
Of course, she speaks. Thanks for joining us today, Amanda.
Thank you.
Join us next weekend for another edition of Sci-Fi Entertainment. And happy Halloween, everyone.
Right now, you can catch an encore presentation of the Alien Voices Halloween trilogy. Check out an online art gallery and so much more. Sci-Fi.com 3.0 continues at www.sci-fi.com. Or stay right here on the Sci-Fi channel for Inside Space coming up next. Produced in association with the Sci-Fi Channel.